Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by Danny Simpson. Look, Danny, I didn't expect to speak to you in this environment. Maybe I'm passing if I'd have seen you out and about, but you're here. Former Premier League winner turned boxer. Talk to me before we talk about boxing. I want to talk about last night. You must be pleased. Your old team back. You know, a lot of things changed, but some things stayed the same. Jamie Vardy, not only did he score, but I mean, in typical fashion, gave some back to the fans, created a bit of a moment. Just give me a reaction to that initially.
Yeah, no, obviously I watched the game. It's obviously all my boys are still there, and obviously I'm always speaking to people at the club. Obviously Vard's been one of them. But nothing surprised me with him. He just listen. You think he's, you know, like when's he going to call it a day? But he's Benjamin Button, and he's not even had a pre-season. First half was tough for them, but I think sometimes when you're new to be back in the Premier League, for some of the players, you need that just to get them maybe the nerves out the system, and then they come out second half and completely different team. And Vards gets his goal, great header, you know, and that's what he's good at now. He's getting goals in the box a lot more now, and.
He's still good though, isn't he?
He could have won the game. You probably don't want me to say that, but he knows himself. I saw his reaction after the game. I'll probably give him a shout this week. And then at the end, when he come off, giving the Tottenham fans a bit of stick. But obviously we've got a thing with him, haven't we, from when we were trying to win the league and they were chasing us, and so yeah, we've still got a bit of that with them. So it was nice to see.
What did you see about his back and forth with Romero? He turned his attention from Tottenham fans straight away to Romero.
I love that's Vads, and we wouldn't change him for the world, and that's why I love being in his team, because you knew you had a winner on your team, someone that stand up for themselves and the teammates, and Romero always gives it, so I'm glad he gave it him.
Look, you've had, in terms of a career, you've played with the likes of Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo. You've made big debuts, high-profile debuts. How does the emotions feel approaching a completely different environment, a combat environment where it's all on you? There's not, 10 other players on a pitch to, help through tough moments. It's you in that ring on your own. How are your sort of feelings, going into it?
It's a roller coaster. I'll be honest with you. But I love it. Listen, I'm coming in here. You can see the gym now, and like you said, it's not a team, but I've walked in here nearly 4 weeks now, and I feel like I'm part of a team, which is what I've missed from football, because I had it all my life. So yeah, I am going to be in there on my own. I don't think much can prepare you for it until you probably are in there. Yes, you can be sparring and stuff, but I've just been listening to these boys that have lived and breathed and done it before, and just taking every bit of advice from them and pat as much as I can. And yeah.
How much has it benefited you surrounding yourself with a team like this who've been there, been at all the big levels in boxing? I know obviously Lyndon trains out of here, but you've Zelfa in there as well, he's looking for a big fight coming off a good win. If you took much from them, what are the sort of things that you've picked up on the way? Because it's a lot to do in 4 weeks. I know you said it's only been 4 weeks, but you've had a lot of praise as well. People think you've been doing it longer.
Yeah, listen, I've not, which is nice. I knew it was a challenge. I was a bit naive to boxing, to be honest, what I thought it was and what the reality is. Coming in here, like you said, and I'm watching Zelfa, and obviously Scott Quigg's in there now, and with him, and first day I was with Lyndon, and I was on the pads with Lyndon. But yeah, I think, and listen to Pat, the Pat's mentality, it's what I've missed when I was at football, and I used to have Roy Keane and all these people shouting at me, and this is the mentality coming here to work, and I think I benefit of that, and I need that, I think, to get the best out of me. So I've learned that the determination, the dedication these boys put themselves through. I think we do it for pre-season, but for them it's all season. Yeah.
What's been the sort of differences you mentioned there, Bolokins, and from people like Roy Keane to Pat? Have you had them moments where he's had to maybe give you a bit of a kick to say, look, this is what we need to do, kind of thing?
Yeah, because look, if coming here from day one, and he's going to treat me how he treats the rest of them. I don't want I don't want to be looked at any different.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm putting myself in this position, I've got to then behave like it. So if I'm the things that they've taught me, the techniques, and it's repetition. You're doing it wrong, and let myself hands down or getting back up. So all them things, they've been on me, and it's what you need. You're about to go and have a fight, and so you know, in the runs, you know, we're doing these runs up the steps, and your mind's telling you to stop or can I do it, and it's getting through that.
It's a different fitness in it to pre-season. I've been fortunate enough to speak to a few professional footballers, some still playing now, and they said they've been down and done like a week, and they said, God, he said, I thought I was fit, but this is completely different. How is it sort of like, is it good for your mindset as well? Because you have to push yourself through, and is that sort of, is it filling a void that's been missing since playing?
Massive. I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's, you know, you had a great career, but then when you stop playing, you can get a bit lost, which is what I did. And, you know, coming into this, it's just give you that structure, a routine, a purpose. You know, you're working towards something. You know, we work all week to maybe go out on a Saturday afternoon to perform, and this is different, but you're going to perform on your own. And like you said, it's the fitness. It's been good for my head, and like I said, you're getting out of bed and having something to do, something to work at, and learning a new skill, which is, it's been exciting. I've loved that. Listen, it's tough. I'm not going to lie and say it's not, but it's been exciting.
Has it been tough since you stopped playing? Not to go on sort of the downside of things, but you guys live a bit of a dream that many want to do, but you do it, you have your career, and it's, as well as you can look and go, I've played X amount of seasons, it is a short career compared to, you know, maybe your average Joe does other jobs. Has it been difficult, that period in between, saying, look, I'm done with that now? Because you've got to fill that gap. But what's it been like before you got in this gym?
I was drinking. I'm not even gonna, you know, BS around it. It's you know, your season finishes. You know, it's been the summer, your holidays. You know, 1 minute I was in Marbella, then I'm in Ibiza, and we had Maraz's wedding. And you can find yourself just drinking, and not realising it. Even if some people are saying it, you're like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But then since I got the phone call from Mum's, I've realised, I've come in here, I realised actually I weren't in a great place, and this has put me back on track, and it's been exactly probably what I needed and I didn't know I needed.
Is this a one-time thing for you? We see a lot of people dip in and out, and especially because of the nature of it. You're going in there with I suppose, another novice as well, though, and it is not like, you know, you getting chucked in maybe at the deep end. Do you see it as a one-time thing, or is it, you know, if this one goes well, we have another one?
Yeah, no, you know, if it goes well, I want to carry this on, because I said it's the discipline. Like I said, learning the skill. I've only had 4 weeks. Imagine, you know, having 8 to 12 weeks of a proper camp when I'm watching, you know, the boys I'm around here who are, you know, at the top of their game. If I can, and like you said, and you're keeping fit. I said it's from my mentality as well, and for mental health and stuff. It's been absolutely unbelievable, and I've told all my friends or people that don't saying this, and if you're ever struggling or whatever, like, boxing is a good way to channel it. Yeah. And I'm gonna massively stick by that for as long as I'm doing it, and tell people. In
terms of your opponent, obviously Danny Aaron's, he's made his name off. He's got a huge YouTube following and social media. So it's not a new era now. Made a lot of noise. What do you make of him? He uploaded a video the other day, got a bit of a shiner kind of thing. What do you make of him, honestly? Is there anything there, or?
No, that tells me fair play that he's fucking giving it a go. Listen, to get in there and spar. Listen, I've done a few spars now. To get in there and spar, like, listen, even that just takes. You got to throw. Yeah, it is. It's not a joke. Listen, we can all hit pads in a bag and stuff, but when you get in there and someone try to take your head off, in just a normal training day, that's when it hits you. So listen, he's obviously taking it serious. I don't expect anything less. I am, and now I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, if he obviously can take a few digs, and I'm gonna have to try and land a few.
You confident coming away with victory, and in your head, ideal scenario, you go in there and get a stoppage?
Of course, that's what we're here for. Yeah. You know, I've always been, since I was a kid, I've always been told I can't do stuff. I'm not good enough. You're not gonna make it United. You know, there's better players than you, and I've always proved people wrong. People have said, why are you doing this? Go and play golf, because that's what most ballers go and do. Yeah. But I like challenges, so I've give everything I can, and I said, and I'm going in there to win. We don't listen. It's been one. It's experience, put me back on track, but we all want to win.
Just sort of a sidebar from that, when you look at the footballing world and everyone has different careers, you know, we mentioned the names you play with, like alongside. I remember you coming on for your debut. Saw a clip of it recently. You've Rooney there celebrating with him, Ronaldo, prime Ronaldo as well. Did you take like inspiration from them and how they've sort of treated their careers and the mindset that they had to compete? What did you take away from these kind of players?
I think you said there's the mindset. I think when I was I didn't play that many games for United's first team. I was lucky to get in that team to get about 8 or 10 because it was that was when they were winning. But what I did learn every day around them was them and Sir Alex and Rio, etc., etc., and Giggs, was their mindset and how hard they worked and why they were successful and why they won. Yeah. And I took that with me to my next few clubs, eventually going into Leicester. And I think that's, when I look back, I didn't know at the time was what put me in a good position to do them things going forward, because I watched them every day for years win, and nothing else but win. And they worked the socks off, and they swore them, and that's what I did take from them, and that's and I'd like to think that's one thing people always look at me and say he works hard and tries to win.
In terms of like the back and forth, right? You've had a few that have gone out in the media and stuff. Do you look at any professional footballers now currently playing or ex-professionals where you go, you know what, we'd love you to step in the ring with, kind of thing? I know you've had your back and forths, so you tell me, any you'd like to have a little knock with?
Didn't
you and Carragher have a bit of a thing?
Yeah, me and Carragher had a little spat. I still see him now and again. Yeah, we made up though.
Yeah, I was going to say, how is that?
Yeah, we made up. But no, I think I saw Roy Keane the other day. I was doing the United game against Fulham. I was doing punditry, and Roy Keane must have been for Sky Sports. He was in the centre circle, and he looked over to me. I just give it that one, and he's give it this little. Because he obviously, I just started a laugh at him, and he just said, I could see he just kind of said, "Good luck." So, yeah. Yeah.
So. Not with Roy then, no.
No, I wouldn't want to fight Roy Keane, but he looked like he approved of what I'm trying to do. Right. So yeah, I'll have a little think who else I want to. Who do I have to get on with? I know me and James McClean had a few little bus ups because he was left wing, I was right back, and
he's the type of guy I think could fancy it.
Yeah, he wants to fight everyone. So I can say him because I know if he ever sees this, he'll probably fancy himself, and I think he always kind of. You think he's scrapping with a Chelsea player recently in pre-season, so.
Yeah, there was some at pre-season, was there a challenge that went in a bit of a melee, and I think he was a part of it.
So he's still at it. I remember I was at Newcastle, he was at Sunderland, and there were two rivals, and so we always used to have a bit of a. So yeah, me and James McClean and would probably have a good scrap.
Well, look, Danny, we're looking forward to seeing how you get on. It's a big step. It's a brave step, and look, you've been through a lot and done a lot in your career, and look forward to seeing you crack on with this. So appreciate your time.
Cheers. Thank you.